Good day, my name is Wouter van Aswegen and I'm an executive consultant at Johnson Walters. Today I want to talk to you a bit about how to rethink possible income streams for soccer clubs or football clubs, and specifically for the clubs in Botswana. Traditionally, how do football clubs make their money? Firstly, broadcasting rights. So when the broadcasters broadcast certain games, some money comes to the clubs. But those are for very specific and significant matches. If it's not part of a series or it's not a big match, there's no broadcasting that comes broadcasting money that comes into the club, uh, which limits the amount of money that can come in. Secondly, through sponsorships, so you get your name sponsor, but you get all these other sponsors that sponsor the club. But sponsors want exposure. They want people to see their name. The reason why they're sponsoring it, yes, they love the game, they love the club, but they want to get some exposure. So if there's no exposure for them, they are less likely to put more money into the club. And recently, that has been seriously limited due to COVID-19 because there are no matches played at the stadiums. So people don't get there. So if the sponsor has a banner up at the stadium where the match is played, nobody sees it. So there's no or limited exposure because of COVID. The next one is through ticket sales. It's not a big one, but on match days, you sell your tickets, the fans come to the stadium again due to COVID-19. There hasn't been any matches for the last 16, 17 months, and it's really limited. We don't even know when we'll be able to actually bring spectators into the stadium again. And then lastly, it's through merchandising, selling replicas. But again, the people buy replicas to go to a match to support their team, and without teams playing or no spectators allowed at the sports stadiums, the people don't buy the replica. So the traditional income streams that are available to a sports team are seriously limited due to the environment we are in at the moment. But we are sitting in the fourth industrial revolution. We know that in the early 1900s, when they started mining coal and got electricity and steam and everything going, that was the first industrial revolution. We are now sitting in the fourth industrial revolution, where technology is the vehicle that is expanding businesses and that are creating new opportunities. Now, these are Botswana stats. This is not South African or world stats. This is Botswana stats. 75% of adults in Botswana has a cell phone. 69% of adults in Botswana actually has a smartphone. So a phone with apps on and all sorts of fancy stuff that comes with smartphones. Data is becoming much cheaper. For 100 pula now, you can buy 8 gigs of data. Data is becoming really accessible, very cheap. So data is not really a problem anymore. There's almost no city council or town or city in Botswana where there isn't any coverage from one of the cell phone providers. So internet is available to almost everybody. And they're continuously explaining this, continuously creating better networks so you get faster and more reliable internet access. And from an education point of view, 10, 20 years ago, if you brought out an app, you needed to educate the people on how to use an app, but now everybody knows how to use an app. Everybody's got WhatsApp or Facebook or Instagram or Twitter on their phones, so everybody's using apps all the time, so we don't need to educate them on how to use an app. They will know. It comes naturally. So that education barrier to entry is not there anymore. So what are the possibilities taking this technology, this what we know about the cell phones and everything that's available, how do we use that to the advantage of the sports club? And that would be through a sports mobile app. Now the possibilities that are in a sports mobile app are endless, but here are some of the ones we've already developed for some of our clients. Firstly, push notifications. When you get a WhatsApp, you don't have to go look every 5 minutes on your phone to see if there's a WhatsApp. You get beeping, there's a WhatsApp. You get a notification, you look at your phone, and it's there. Now, with news and everything in a sports app, it can happen the same way. Currently, you put it on Facebook, you put it on the website, you put it out there, maybe on the radio. But if the person's not there listening while you're speaking, they don't hear it. You have no way of telling the fan that you are now speaking. With push notifications, he gets the ping on his phone, he opens it up, oh, this is happening in the sports club. So you immediately have access to the fan on a direct basis. You can load videos in there. Instead of just putting it on YouTube and hope people see it, you can put them in the app, bunch them up together nicely. You can put player profiles on there. I know many websites have them on, but in the app you can go to so much more details, not just the photo, how tall he is and what position he plays, but you can put his history in there, you can put his vital statistics, and you can put much more information in the app related to that player. You can add match history into the app. All clubs have a history. You've got games that you've played, years and years and years that you've been playing games. And the history of those matches, the score, who you played against, who scored the goal, those type of things, you can add that into the app so that the fan that's got the app now has access to history. So your app becomes your own Wikipedia of all the information about your club. You can add match and player stats. I know after every match there are statistics available. How many saves did the goalkeeper have? How many successful passes did the player do? Those kind of statistics are becoming available. So why not put it in the app? Why not give your fan that kind of information or access to that information in the app? Next to the field, there are always people taking very high-res pictures of the match, of the players, of things happening, of the fans, that you can make available in a photo library in the app. What we found is that fans by nature are competitive. That's why they support one team above another, because they are competitive. They like competing with each other. So within the app, we created some games, kicking a goal or something like that. And fans love playing that. Not all of them, but some fans love playing the games in the app, and it engages them. So every day they can actually go into the app and play this game. Geofencing, that's just a fancy term for saying we take the GPS coordinates, and if you're inside the stadium, we know you're there and we can record that you actually attended the game. Now, for local matches, not such a big thing, but for away matches, I don't know from the away matches, there are 5,000 people in the stadium. How many of those are my supporters? Now, if I can geofence through the app, I can see how many 2,000 of those fans were my fans, coming to support my team in the away game. And we give them a stamp in the app just to incentivize them to actually open this functionality. We all grew up with these playing cards. You go to the shop, you buy this packet of 3 cards, and on there are the 3 soccer players or football players, and you swap them out if you've got duplicates. You can put that in the app and digitally share them with each other. People love taking, well, not all of them, but many people love taking pictures. Now within the app, you create a frame with a special message or one of the players in it, and the person takes a selfie with this frame around the picture, and then they're able to share it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, so they can take a selfie and upload it and then share it as well. Sometimes you need the fans' opinion. Do they like the one jersey above the other? Do they want to change the name? Whatever you want to know from them, within the app, you now can open that as an opinion or voting system, and people can vote for certain things. Matchday program, whenever we play in the stadium again, you can have your player announcer, your team announcement, who's playing. You can have the program when the gates open. You can have all of that in your app. Then in the app, the guy can buy a ticket. The person can buy a ticket in the app directly. Everybody's going electronic nowadays, so he buys the ticket in the app. The app has the ticket in, it's got a barcode, and when the stadiums get to a point where they can scan access, then you just take your phone, they scan it, your barcode, and you've got access to the stadium. It also opens up the possibility of having season tickets or VIP suite tickets. So I can now buy through the app, I can buy a ticket, and I've got access to my seat for all the matches in the year, not just for 1 or 2 matches that I purchased for. From that point of view, if I buy 3 or 4 or 5 tickets, or I get 10 tickets, and I want to give it to other people, currently I take that printed ticket and I share it around, If that person doesn't come or he loses the ticket, that's it. That's the problem. That's a problem. But in the app, I can actually share that ticket between apps. So I can take the ticket from my app and give it to him in his app. And he can then access the stadium through his app, and I'd never need to actually send him a ticket. And if he's not going to make it, I can take the ticket back and give it to somebody else to come and attend the match. And then in a future, that is far in the future, your kiosks or your vendors at the stadium, if you preload money on your app, you can actually go to the vendor and pay using your app. So you don't even need to take money to the events. Through the cashless sales system, you just take your app, you buy your food or your drink with your app directly, no cash, no problem. So using a mobile app, it creates a new business opportunity. It creates new opportunities for a club to start engaging their fans and to start making money. Information. We're sitting in the fourth industrial revolution. Information is the new currency. I'm not talking about Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, but information, knowing something. People are prepared to pay to know something, and they're prepared to pay to know something faster than somebody else. So information, and all clubs have lots and lots and lots of information. We spoke about it: videos, statistics, match history, photographs. That's information that people are prepared to pay for. Getting to know something before somebody else, people are prepared to pay for that. Also with an app, where with match systems, I only make money if the team is actually playing. So for the last 16, 17, 18 months, no team actually made money from the traditional income streams because there were no matches played. But through an app, I've got access to my fan 24/7. If that guy opens his app 3 o'clock in the morning because he can't sleep or he's working night shift, he's got access to information on my app. I can communicate 24/7. I don't have to wait for match days. And if there are no match days, I can still engage my fans. I can still get them involved. So to get them involved, I need to continuously provide content. It doesn't have to be new content all the time, but there must be enough content to keep them engaged. And obviously the in-app games helps a lot with that. And you provide a lot of free content because you want feet in your app. You want people to come into your app. You want all your fans to use your app. You don't want a fan that is not download your app and using your app. You want all of this. So there's a lot of free content that you provide. So you don't necessarily make an income out of every piece of data that you've got. But you provide certain content for subscribers only. So there's subscriptions that the guy can pay, and that's a monthly payment he makes. Uh, and he gets access to certain exclusive content. So for instance, you can have match history for the last 20 games that were played, but if he wants to see further back than that, he needs to be subscribed. You can give match statistics for the last game or two, but if he wants more than that, he needs to subscribe to do that. Where you can see a couple of the pictures in your video library, but if he wants the high definition picture that he can download and put as a background on his phone or on his laptop screen, for that he needs to be a subscriber. So there are a lot of content that you make exclusive only to the subscribers. And in the process, that generates a passive income for the club. If there's a match or no match, that person pays his subscription every month. Every month that money comes in. It comes in. No matter what happens with the team, that money, that subscription money comes in. Playing or no playing, COVID or no COVID, that money keeps on coming in. And then lastly, the app provides a vehicle for the sponsors to get exposure for their brand. Now, that is also why we want as many people in the app, the free part, as possible. Because as long as the person is in the app, the sponsor gets exposed. The sponsor's banner ad is there. And every time the banner ad shows, the club makes money. Other than if I put something on Facebook, every time a fan goes in there, Facebook makes the money because Facebook shows ads. Now, if I get the information in my app and I get the fan in the app, every time the fan opens the app, I get the money. The club gets the money. There's the subscriptions in the app. We work it on a 3-tier model. The first tier is free. So that is the free app, the free content. Nobody pays to download. You don't go and pay for the app in the store or anything. You download it, it's there for free. Inside, there's a lot of free content. So your normal news, your events, your live commentary, the games are in there. There are notifications that you send out. And there's a limited access, as I said, to certain parts of the information. So it's there, it's free. A lot of the functionality is free because we want feet in the app so that we can get our sponsors money. But it's limited. There are some of the information that are hidden behind the subscription. So the second tier is the fan subscription. That is for the guy in the street, and that is anything from 50 to 100 pula a month. And that, if you look at the number of that, that's basically one takeaway a month. So it's not real money. We're not talking big money here. But for that, he gets access to almost all the information in the app. So he can see the history as far back as the history goes of the club. He can see players that played for the club 5, 10, 20 years ago. He can see all the videos. He can see all the pictures in the picture library. He's got access to practically all the information. And he gets notifications slightly earlier. So let's say the team announcement is going to go out at 12 o'clock and the press release is sent out at 12 o'clock. Then the free app subscriber gets a notice at 12 o'clock to say the team announcement is out. The subscriber gets it at 11 o'clock. He gets it 1 hour earlier. So he gets notified of things before everybody else. So he already knows the team by the time the media and the rest of the people find out. You also give him access to discounts on ticket sales or merchandise, so replica sales, because he is now a subscriber. And for the people that love playing games in the app, you give him some in-game advantages. So if he scores a goal where the normal player will get 1 point, he will get, or he needs 10 goals to get 1 point, he will need 8 goals to get 1 point. So he gets some advantages. So you will progress faster on his leaderboards because he's a subscriber. And then the third tier. Now the third tier are for the elite. Those are for the people, they are the super fans, the people with money, the people that want to be not just a fan, they want to be part of the family. They want to be almost into the inner circle of the club. And for them, the subscription will be anything from 200 to 500 pula a month. This is obviously not for everybody. You want to keep it your VIP, your exclusive club. For them, first notification. So we say 12 o'clock team announcement. There's now 11 o'clock the notification for the other subscribers. But I already know the day before what my team is. I don't have to wait until 11 o'clock to find out what my team is. I already know it. So for the exclusive person, we send it at 8 o'clock in the morning. He's part of the family. He's part of the inner circle. He gets these notifications way before anybody else knows what's going on. He knows what's going on. We take away the sponsor adverts for him. He's paying enough money. We're not going to cry over a few sponsor ads for him. So he gets an ad-free app. And for that amount of money, we give him a ticket. We give him a season ticket. He can, and this is just an example, this is just a suggestion, this is not what we will do, but as an example, he's paying you 500 pula a month. He can visit every game. He can come to every game. He's VIP. You want him there. You give him access to exclusive merchandise. So there's a replica and a couple of the team players sign it. That because of the signatures, this piece of merchandise is now priceless. And you only allow the exclusive elite subscribers to pay for that. They are the only ones that get access to this exclusive. It doesn't go out anywhere else. It's not on any other market. That is where they can get it. And then for high profile matches. So let's say we've got spectators again that come into the matches and you've got a final that's being played and you're going to open the ticket sales at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Your elite subscriber is able to buy it from, say, 3 o'clock on the Sunday evening already because he's got early access. He's got access to those seats because they're always limited seats and they're going to go sell out. So there are 3 possible options for these apps, how we can build the apps. The one is that there's a single app. It's Botswana football or Botswana soccer. That is the app. And no matter which team it is, everybody's data is together. So I go in, I say, yes, I'm a fan of Club A, but I can see everybody else's information. And that is a single app that works throughout the system. And for that, it will cost 15,000 pula a month. So that is option one. So if the club's like this, that the functionality is the same for all the apps, the data is all the same, and any income generated through this app is then spread equally between all the clubs, because I don't know whose fan it is that is actually in the app. He can choose his fan, but he can change size all he wants, so you can see everybody's data. So whatever income is generated from the app is spread equally between all the teams. The second option that is available is where every team has their own app and their own data. So if I enter my team's app, I only see that team's data. The functionality in the app, however, is the same for everybody. So if we add a photo library in, everybody has a photo library. If you use it or not use it, it's up to you, but the functionality is the same for everybody within the app. In this case, because every app and every database is split, every team gets all the money that's generated for that team. So if the team does more, the club does more effort on their marketing and get more subscribers and get more sponsors in, or more fans on there, they will earn more money. So it depends on the effort of the club, or the club. They will then generate the income, and based on their downloads and their users. Now this will cost 35,000 rand, for 35,000 pull up per club per month. And the third option, you want your own custom, full control, everything is you. Your own functionality. If you do something in your app, you don't want other teams to do it as well, then it'll cost you 75,000 for your app per month to do that. Now, if you've got any questions or any thing that you want to ask, please feel free to contact me on my email address, wouter@johnsonwalters.com, and I will gladly assist you. Thank you very much.